I'm Delroy Dash. Thank you for tuning in. Now let's take a look at some of the lead stories tonight. U.S. supporting 18-month project on electoral reform in Guyana. 8 new hotels to be established over the next 2 years, says Minister Edghill. 13-year-old boy and 20-year-old man drowned in separate incidents. And President reminds of importance of unity in Arrival Day message. And now for the news in detail. As part of its commitment to enhance the local electoral processes, the United States Department of State is supporting an 18-month project to strengthen the capacity of Guyana Elections Commission and the Attorney General's Chamber to lay the groundwork as it relates to electoral reform. Vanu Manikchand reports.
The project, which will be implemented by the International Republican Institute, IRI, will also see efforts undertaken to encourage local civil society organizations to advocate for electoral reform in accordance with regional and international standards. According to the U.S. Embassy in Georgetown, through this project, GCOM, the AG chambers, and civil society organizations will collaboratively consolidate and improve local electoral and constitutional law knowledge, establish an internal timeline to address electoral reform, improve collaboration for joint advocacy actions, and prioritize electoral and constitutional law issues while promoting reform through citizen engagement. The project is part of ongoing U.S. government support to strengthen the capacity of Guyana's governance for the benefit of all Guyanese. The U.S. had played a critical role during last year's tumultuous electoral and political impasse in defending Guyana's democracy. In fact, the U.S. was the only country to impose visa restrictions against those persons who were complicit in undermining Guyana's democracy following the March 2, 2020 general and regional elections. Since then, the country, like most of Guyana's bilateral partners, have extended support for Guyana to undergo much-needed electoral and constitutional reforms. At a recent press conference, President Dr. Irfan Ali, in response to a question from this newscast, said these reforms are high on the agenda.
I've asked the AG to move aggressively on this so that a public consultation can commence on constitutional reform. Constitutional reform must come from the people, and as soon as that process commences, it will take us down the journey of constitutional reform. Electoral reform, I know there's a lot of work that is ongoing now, a lot of international agencies that are in discussion both with GCOM and different stakeholders, and also, but more importantly, we as a people, we have to start the discussion on electoral reform, but that is high on the agenda. Also important on that agenda is the strengthening of GCOM and the internal reform of GCOM itself, so that we can have the best professionals in there managing and running an election.
Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manikchand.
Public Works Minister Juan Edghill says that over the next couple of years, Guyana could see as many as 8 new hotels being established at the various locations across the country. Here are the details in this Joe Bryan report.
Public Works Minister Juan Edghill, during a meeting earlier this week with travel agents, spoke of the transformations that are about to take place in the country. In addition to 8 new hotels, he reminded that the Liza 2 oil field will be coming on stream as well. That means an influx of foreigners and expatriates flying into Guyana.
How do we create an environment for the kind of transformation that is going to take place in Guyana? Liza 2 will be here, and it means that we're going to have lots more expatriates coming in to work. People have to travel in. Our tourism sector will see at least 8 new hotels being built over the next couple of years. We will be advertising worldwide for people to come to Guyana. What do we need to do?
Edghill therefore noted the importance of working with stakeholders to create an environment conducive for this growth. The minister also referenced the importance of local content amidst this growth, which he noted means more than just registering a local business.
And local content for us is not just registering a local business. Because a lot of people believe if they register a local business, they're local. Local content is not just getting a director from Guyana to be registered with your business.
Back in March, the sod was turned for a US $15 million boutique hotel under the Aiden brand in the heart of Georgetown. Globally recognized hotel brands like the Hyatt, Hilton, and Radisson Hotels have also expressed an interest in investing in Guyana. Jarrell Bryan, The Evening News.
13-year-old Emmanuel Sanko of Dazzle Housing Scheme yesterday died by drowning at the Belfield East Coast, Demerara. The teen and the relatives went swimming at a nearby trench. It was observed that Emmanuel plunged into the water but did not resurface. The teen's older cousin went in search of him and his motionless body was pulled from the trench. Police were summoned and the teenager was rushed to the C.C. Nicholson Hospital at Nabakalis, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. 20-year-old Akeem Davidson, a laborer of Mackenzie Linden, Region 10, is feared drowned. At around 14 hours 15 on Tuesday, he was bathing in the creek at MADURO, which is located some 300 meters from his campsite where he worked. Davidson's friend Sheldon Vanaco was also bathing in the creek. While they were swimming, it was alleged that Davidson went underwater and did not resurface. Vanaco told investigators that he thought his friend was playing, but after 15 minutes elapsed and the young man did not resurface, he got worried. Vanaco then returned to the camp and alerted the camp owner of what transpired, and they both went in search of Davidson, but their efforts were unsuccessful. Police has been dispatched to the area in search of the victim, and as of midnight last night, the search came up empty-handed. Both Vanaco and the camp owner remain in police custody, assisting with investigations. Coming up, Sapphire receives solar streetlights to curb crime in the community, and government launches Gold Scholarship Initiative in Region 8. You're watching the Evening News. President Dr. Irfan Ali on Tuesday used the occasion of the May 5th celebration of Arrival Day to call on Guyanese to reject hate-filled rhetoric from those who would seek to divide the peoples of the nation. In his Arrival Day message, the president also called on Guyanese to work together in love and unity and to pool their ideas to combat societal and public health issues ranging from domestic abuse to COVID-19 pandemic. Here's more on what he had to say on the occasion of Arrival Day.
Arrival Day is a day of recognition and appreciation of our nation's multicultural character. It celebrates the contributions to national development of our African, Indian, Chinese, Portuguese, and European ancestors and their descendants. Today, May 5th, also marks Indian Arrival Day. This year, we're commemorating the 183rd anniversary of the arrival of the first batch of Indian indentured immigrants to our shores. The contributions of Indians to national development are indelible and indisputable. Indians have excelled in all aspects of national life. They've also passed on a precious legacy, one which should be preserved for and transmitted to future generations. Today we are faced with challenges, but if we work together in unity and love, regardless of ethnicity, lineage, or political affiliation, we are bound to overcome these challenges. Let us, therefore, pool our ideas and resources and work towards eliminating some of the ills, such as suicide, domestic abuse, poverty, ignorance, substance abuse, and COVID-19 pandemic. Let us also reject hate-filled rhetoric aimed at dividing our people. On this Arrival Day, let us all commit to pooling our efforts to build a stronger, united, freer, and more prosperous nation.
Meanwhile, the People's National Congress, in its Arrival Day message, noted that Guyana is richer today because of the invaluable contribution of all immigrants. The PNC noted that Arrival Day celebrates the nation's multicultural diversity. PNC said this special day not only gives persons of Indian origin an opportunity to reflect on the journey of their ancestors, but also it provides an opportunity for people of other origins to reflect on the journey and history of their ancestors. According to the PNC, it is important for everyone to examine their origins so they can better understand the impact of their collective efforts in nation building. Government has installed solar streetlights from A to E Fields, Sophia, Greater Georgetown, in a bid to make the community safer. Find out more in this Lawanda McAllister report.
The donation comes on the heels of several complaints made to the various ministries about an increase in robberies that occur in the community of Sophia, Greater Georgetown. According to the residents, this is as a result of no street lights in some streets in the community. The simple handing over ceremony was held at Seafield Nursery School. Each field received 5 streetlights, which will be installed at strategic areas.
When we were here the last time, you said that crime was one of the big issues. Every field I went to, they raised that matter that crime is affecting Sophia. Sometimes those who are alien to Sophia think that there is no crime here, but as a matter of fact, this is probably the epicenter of the crime. And we would have to, and I made the commitment to speak to Minister Robson Ben, and we have already spoken about this, and we have to reform the community policing groups. We have to make sure that more people are involved. And I think as the social services too are enhanced in Sophia, that we are going to see an alleviation of the problems that affect you.
Minister Dharam Lal implored the residents to do their part and in taking care of the resources. After receiving the lights, the residents expressed gratitude.
I feel very happy that we're going to get the light to brighten up the place, because the place is very dark. And the thief getting the chance to do what they got to do because the place is dark. So when the light come now, it probably might ease some of the conflict with the thief. So I'm very happy that we get the light and the place will be a little more better. So I'm pleased, and thanks to the minister and the government for everything that they're doing. I'm happy and I'm glad to continue.
I am very thankful for that donation because there's no street lights for many years. And if you don't put lights on your house, the place will be dark. And then when you're coming out, there is a set of bush around the place. And I'm very thankful that what Minister had done for us in E-Field, that light will make everybody an example.
Only Saturday night, we had 2 robberies, sandwich me, on the right and on the left. My camera wasn't able to pick up a certain area because of the darkness. And we have some vampire and bats criminal in Sophia who love the darkness. So this is a very great initiative. Thank you, Minister. Thank you on behalf of the government. And I know this would work well in this time that we are facing right now.
This initiative is in keeping with the government's mandate to develop several communities across the country. Reporting for the Evening News, I am Lawanda McAllister.
Just 9 months into government, the PPPC administration has launched the Guyana Online Academy of Learning Scholarship Program, which is aimed at serving some 20,000 persons. The initiative is currently being introduced to communities across the country by various ministers during their respective outreach programs. In this Ebony Giles report, we take a look at the rollout of this program in Region 8, Pataro Superuni. Here's a look.
During the simple ceremony, Minister of Housing and Water, Colin Crowell, urged residents of the region to take advantage of the online scholarship opportunities being offered by the Guyana Online Academy of Learning.
And all that it requires is that you must be 18 years and over. So what that means for some of you young people who are here, and if your parent is at the back, actually both of you can apply, because there is no limitation in terms of age.
The minister said the program is aimed at creating more educational opportunities for all Guyanese.
The birth of the GOAL initiative started from a commitment that was made by our then presidential candidate, Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, when, as part of a manifesto commitment to the people of Guyana, was to ensure that we provide more opportunities for our, especially for young people, but opportunities for everyone to be able to access more online programs so that we can allow persons to get qualified, to be edified, and to be able to uplift our country.
GOAL is a partner initiative between the Ministries of Education and Public Service, providing 85 programs for online studies at 5 recognized universities. Some 4,500 scholarships will be granted in July of this year. Authorities are currently accepting applications. The program has been rolled out in various communities across the country as government officials encourage residents to sign up. Reporting for the Evening News, Ebony Giles.
And now for a look at the bridge reports.